Hello everyone, welcome to Vinoth Rathinam tutorials. In this video, we are going to learn about matrix multiplication. We can do matrix multiplication in two ways. One is by using number, which is also called as scalar multiplication. Then by multiplying two matrices. We'll see one by one. Scalar multiplication means to a particular matrix. Here you have a matrix A. To this you are going to multiply with a scalar value. In this example it is 10. When you do like that, this particular scalar value will be multiplied to each element and you will get final output like this. Let's code that. A equal to 10 value, which is a scalar, b equal to np dot array. Both the values are created. Then, and always make sure before executing this code, numpy needs to be imported and executed. Next step, I am just printing both the matrix. So the matrix A, it's a scalar, then matrix B. Now we will do the scalar multiplication. So scalar multiplication is A star B. Just execute, you get the required result. The value 10 multiplied to each element of the matrix. For scalar multiplication alone, we will use star symbol. If it is a product of a matrix or dot product, we will use some other command. Then next one, by using the product of the matrix or matrix multiplication. This is very important concept. When you multiply two matrix, it must satisfy this condition. We have a matrix row comma column, matrix A 2 cross 2, matrix B 2 cross 3. If we apply that condition, that is number of columns in the first matrix equal to the number of rows in the second matrix, both the values are same, then we can do the matrix multiplication. So matrix multiplication happens like this. First matrix row with the second matrix column. 10 into 7 plus 20 into 4, 10 into 1 plus 20 into 2, 10 into 3 plus 20 into 9, like that, so on. And finally we will get the output. And one more tips, while doing the matrix multiplication, the remaining element is the output. That is here 2 and 3 are remaining. If you cancel this, you will get the output as 2 rows 3 column. Here see 2 rows 3 column. Now we will code this scenario. We have a two matrix A and B. I'm just displaying matrix A and matrix B. Printing matrix multiplication as here the syntax is different from scalar multiplication. You have to mention matrix A dot dot then B. This is the syntax. Matrix A dot then dot method, pass the matrix B. Run it. So the output 150, 50, 210, then 370, 110, 450. We got the expected output. Important note, you should not use A star B. Instead, you must use A dot B. Then a small assignment. Can you tell whether these two matrices can be multiplied or not? Just apply the rule. The number of columns in the first matrix is not equal to the number of rows in the second matrix, so matrix multiplication is not possible. So we have matrix A and B, then printing it. Now we will apply the matrix multiplication, that is A dot B. When we execute, we will get the value error. It clearly says both of the shapes are different. First matrix 2 cross 2, then 3 cross 2 not aligned with the dimension. That's the reason we got the value error. So we have to be very careful while handling the matrix multiplication. The next topic, properties of matrix multiplication. Same like addition, we also have the properties for matrix multiplication. The first one is commutative property. When you consider addition, a plus b will be equal to b plus a, but this rule will not applicable for matrix multiplication. Okay, for example, we have a matrix A, 2 rows 3 column, then matrix B, 3 rows 2 column. Just apply the rule which I already said. The number of columns in the matrix A must be equal to number of rows in the matrix B. Here 3 3. The expected output will be the remaining value, that is 2 rows 2 column. Just interchanging it now, B into A, that is same rule. The number of column equal to the number of row, 2 2 will cancel. The expected output will be 3 cross 3 matrix. Conclusion is A dot B is not equal to B dot A. Let's see that with Python. You have matrix A and B, printing it. Matrix A 2 rows 3 column, matrix B 3 row 2 column. Now, so matrix multiplication of A star B, that's just an output message. Syntax A dot B. Just run it. You got a 2 cross 2 matrix with this value. Now we are trying to print matrix multiplication of B star A. Syntax for that B dot A. Run it. See here, when you interchange the position, the output are different. So it means commutative property is not applicable for matrix multiplication. Then the matrix multiplication have one special case. If you multiply with an identity matrix, you will get the same output. Identity, you know what is that meaning. So the output like A into I will be equal to I into A. We'll try to implement that here and check the output. So we have a matrix A 1 3 4 9. Then we have to create the identity matrix. So capital I equal to np dot, it's an identity matrix. So give the identity np dot identity. We need 2 rows 2 columns, so order 2, and I want all the value as integer comma int. So 2 matrix created displaying the matrix A and I. So first LHS matrix multiplication of A star I. So the syntax is A dot passing I. Run it. You got 1 3 4 9. Nothing but matrix A. Now interchanging the position as I star A. So the syntax I dot passing matrix A. Run it. You got the same exact matrix A. So for identity matrix alone, we will get the same out. Let's do a short recap. We have two types of matrix multiplication: scalar multiplication, then product of the matrix. Scalar multiplication means multiplying the full matrix with a scalar value. If you do like that, that particular scalar value will be multiplied to each element. Code implementation is very easy. A star B. We should not use dot method here. Then for product of matrix, so the condition here is the number of columns in the matrix 1 must be equal to number of rows in the second matrix. Then only we can apply the matrix multiplication. So syntax for that is A dot B. If you use like this, we'll get the expected output. Then we have two property, commutative property of multiplication, that is A star B is not equal to B star A. But when you multiply a matrix A with an identity matrix, you will get the same output, that is A dot I equal to I dot A. Hope you are clear about matrix multiplication and its property. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.